Well, hello there, you sweet, jazzy toe beans. It's your boy, Them Curvy Toes. Today we're going to be playing Spellbook Demonslayers, the most metal of the Vampire Survivor style roguelikes that I have found. Really appreciate y'all watching, checking in with the content that I've been putting out lately. Really been enjoying the sort of style pivot that we've been doing here as of late. So please remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and leave a comment with what you thought below. So we are going to be playing as the Spellbook. We gain the +1 projectiles every couple of levels, which is going to be huge. We are going to be playing at Glacial Graves, and let's get into it. So this is one of those games that you know, very much like most of the other Vampire Survivor style roguelikes, you just keep tearing through enemies, grabbing abilities, leveling up, and getting that bread. For our first new spell here, we're going to try Energy Cleave. I actually haven't used that one yet. Oh, we took some damage, but I'm really liking the Energy Cleave so far. It does a quick little burst, followed by that lightning bolt of madness. Summons a sigil that can attach to nearby demons. Calls lightning bolts, which shoots 3 secondary projectiles on impact. That actually sounds pretty cool. I like the idea of lightning filling up our screen. So you can see up top we got a timer. It kind of counts down to the final section, and then if you beat that, you actually get to go into one of a variety of different endless modes. Something that sets this game apart is there's a bunch of shrines that spawn, and if you get enough kills, damage plus 15% or cast speed plus 20%. Well, flat damage is never a bad thing. So yeah, there's shrines that spawn, and you can give yourself temporary buffs if you kill enough enemies inside of them. I really like that there's sort of a differentiation, as you can see here, between normal enemies and the elites. It tells you kind of what abilities they have. Very, very cool. I love the enemy design. I do have the soundtrack turned down a little bit here, just because I felt like the last couple of videos it's been super high, but ooh, it's so metal. I love it. Melt demons with an aimed torrent of fire. Yeah, let's go with a hailstorm. And as you can see, elites drop chests. They give us free upgrades, sometimes more than one, to the skills we currently have equipped. So the meta currency here is called Astral Flowers. As you can see, I just picked one up from the elite that we killed. Very cool system. And then there's also what's called Smuggler Shrines, which are sort of good and bad upgrades, and you get those a couple of times a run. Well, we got it again. Cast speed plus 20%. That's 20% more DPS if my math works out correctly. See, I'll talk a little bit more about these Smuggler Shrines when we inevitably find one, because I got a good feeling about this runs, you sweet beans. This run, not the runs. Not the runs. That was the pork at Thanksgiving. That was too much information. I'm sorry. So, just kind of standard. Oh, and here you can see we have a shrine spawned, so we kill the requisite amount of enemies, and so we get our abilities chaining temporarily, which means that essentially they bounce from one enemy to another. Shoot piercing electric orbs to your sides. I tell you what, we're just gonna level up Ghost Bullet. That seems to be putting out quite a bit of damage for us. That is the ability that this particular spellbook starts with. Now, as far as I can tell, you always play as the same character, who is this purple-haired steampunk wizardess. And your Spellbook is going to be different, which is the little purple book at my side, and that gives you the different starting abilities, different bonuses, and passives. So I think that that's a very cool system. I would love to see the wizard look a little different, whether it's a different character or a different skin based on the skill book that you pick up, but not the end of the world. Well, we're gonna take another level of Overcast Sigil. It's an excellent way, I feel like, to if it latches on to elites like it is doing right here. You can see the pixels around him put a lot of damage on high value targets very quickly. So we gain another Astral Flower there for meta progression, and we're gonna level up Overcast Sigil again. Soul Seek Shrine. I don't honestly remember what this does. Oh, Gun Mage spell, a free spell temporarily. 25% damage globally? Yes, sir. All in all, this art style, very, very cool. It's the 16-bit, growing up with the Game Boy Color and SNES and whatnot, it certainly strikes a chord with me. Let's see, Spirit Shield. Magic shield that circles you, shooting bullets when it kills a demon. You know what? We're gonna take that. As I've said, I'm sure in previous videos, I love lazy abilities like this, where I can just stand still and it'll kill things around me. And I feel like this is probably gonna be something where we get more projectiles and damage as we level it up, which will inevitably make it much, much better. And here is our first Smuggler's Shrine. So with the... I'm gesturing like you guys can actually see me. And the cat's just looking at me like I'm an asshole. So with these Smuggler ability spells, they actually generally will replace your lowest level ability. I'm not sure if there's been a couple of patches since I've last played. Let's see here. Enemy speed is reduced to 0.8. I don't want to replace Energy Cleave because I am really enjoying that ability. 7 Cosmic Shrines. Tell you what, a global reduction in enemy speed is nothing to shake a stick at. And there we go, another projectile on our shield ability, and more size and damage. Now I have invested in the passive meta progression a little bit, so we do have some health regen, some extra damage, things like that. I believe there's some extra cast speed as well. Certainly haven't come even close to maxing out the tree. There's a fair amount there. Something that's pretty cool is the abilities in this game, or the meta progression in this game, allows you to level up some of these auras and passive abilities past their normal level, which is really cool. Sort of adds a sense of almost something more tangible to the meta progression than just, you know, adding X percentage of cast speed or damage incrementally. It's something that, you know, you invest into a tree and after one run, you're like, oh, hey, you know, I can get another couple levels in that damage aura, which I think is very rewarding feeling. And we got a demon with a spear here who's an armor piercer. Let's see if we can get the sigil to attach to him, maybe. Haste Shrine, I believe, will give us a ton more movement speed. And 15% chance to explode on death. 10%. You know what? I actually really like that. There we go. Yep, extra move speed. And that's going to be something that's really great when we kill it. Trash mobs, kind of doing some AoE damage to the mobs around them. And I feel like if we get our damage stupid high enough, that is a ability that will have a very good chance of chaining. More move speed. And there's another Astral Flower and chest. And more Hailstorm. We leveled up again. Let's take another upgrade to Ghost Bullet. The shield is great, but Ghost Bullet actually damages enemies that are not immediately on our metaphorical jock. Ooh, man, I'm gonna need something to drink. I got a little bit of a sore throat today, y'all. I think I might be coming down with something. Sounds to me like I should call into work like everyone else that that was at my job last week. My job has this really fun thing. Let me take a drink here, you sweet beans. All right, we're gonna pop a level again into brutality. More damage, more projectile size, always really cool. My job has this really cool thing where we are so constantly understaffed that there's very little accountability. So people just don't show up sometimes for days or even weeks at a time, and unfortunately my company is not in a position to where we can fire anyone, so people have really been taking advantage of that system, especially, you know, around holidays and stuff, which we have a lot of younger cats there. I get it, you know, they want to spend time with their friends while it's still at least relatively nice outside, but it's really difficult to try and do 4 people's jobs at once. I tell you, I really do love my job. I've been doing it for about 6 years now, I think, with the same company. But yeah, man, sometimes the other exterminators really really kind of fuck my day up. God Slap. Aura Evolution. Knockback is affected by projectile size. I think that's going to stack really, really well with our shield and the extra projectile size that we've gotten. And I think that if we get some more projectiles, that has a very good chance of kind of creating a very good perimeter around us. Ooh, we actually got 2 upgrades there from that chest, as well as another Astral Flower. Ooh, I tried to do that away from the microphone. I don't know if y'all heard that. That was fucking disgusting, and I'm sorry if you did. More crit chance or more global damage? What is our crit chance? At 13. Yeah, let's double our crit chance. So that means at 26%, 1 in every 4 hits is going to be a critical. And look, you can see there the explosions are starting to chain, and we are tearing through these trash mobs. They are just walking grenades filled with XP at this point, which I love. I really do wish that the lightning rune had 20% more cast speed. That means 20% more DPS, so I'll take that. I really wish that there was some way that the lightning rune had a way of prioritizing enemies closer to you or high value targets. Like you can see here, we got lucky. It kind of latched onto the elite, and I believe we'll stay on him until it dies. But the last one, it was just, you know, taking trash mobs at the edges of the screen, and meanwhile there was an elite that was just trying to run me down. So that might make it too easy. I'm not really sure. I'm not a game designer. I'm honestly barely even a YouTuber. Another chest. And -1 armor. Do we have any armor? So if I take -1 armor, does that mean I take an extra damage per hit? Ooh, more shield and more hailstorm. So I do have -1 armor. I'm not sure if that equates to extra damage or what. I guess we'll find out when we start getting slapped around by some of the tougher mobs. And as y'all can see, nothing really posing too much of a threat at this point. Ooh, another Smuggler's Shrine. Excellent. Nine revives minus all of our HP. I'm actually going to re-roll this, which costs 1 Astral Flower, so that takes away a little bit of our meta currency, but let's see. Summon a damaging sentinel that follows you, firing aimed bullets. All spells gain 1 level, experience gain plus 13%. I mean, yeah. That sounds good to me. Evolved Ghost Bullet pierces infinitely? Cool. Oh, wow. Yeah, that is certainly putting in some work. And Starfire Shrine gives us a temporary explosion spell. We have 2 elites here. So, like I said, I haven't played this in a little bit here. I want to see... I don't remember if they drop a chest apiece or just 1 chest for the both. Oh, 2 chests. Okay. More Overcast and more Energy Cleave, which is awesome. Like I said, I like that spell, but we hadn't really invested too much into it. We're not going to take this because projectile size down will kind of unsynchronize, work against, I guess, one of our other abilities we took. So another 25% damage, and we are still just tearing through the faces of these mobs. The Ghost Bullet, if not killing them outright, softening up before they get there. Evolved Spirit Shield attaches guns to shields, firing bullets even when not hitting enemies. Gun shield? That's metal as fuck. Look at the little, oh, I got little pistols on there. I like that. Okay, this is, I feel like this build is really starting to come together. I'm liking this so far. And you know what? I'm actually going to turn the soundtrack up a little bit because it's so good in this game. Yeah, listen to that. Whoever plays this guitar, you're an animal. Nothing quite like the feeling of heavy metal music as I'm just destroying thousands of trash mobs and tearing through elites like nobody's business. Another 13% crit chance. So we're already at 33%, which gives us 1 out of every 3. That'll give us almost 50%, 46, I think. I've said it before and I'll say it again, I am just terrible at math, so take that with a grain of salt. Hey, 46, what do you know? Thank you, public education system. You have not failed me as thoroughly as I thought. More projectiles on the Evolved Ghost Bullet. Something I think this game does really well is handling the screen clutter. Adds an additional gun. Wait, like to each shield? Oh, okay. One shield has 2 guns. Something I think this game does really well compared to its peers, like Soulstone Survivors. Like I said, probably my favorite of this particular subgenre. But the visual clutter in that game is out of control sometimes, and we are fairly far into a run. I feel like we're very powerful right now, but I can still very easily tell what's going on, what's near me. I didn't even see that shrine. So I think that that's something that this game in particular does really well. I don't feel like my eyes are bleeding when I hit a higher level. And the soundtrack. I'll keep going back to it. More damage. More damage is never a bad thing. And more damage to Timmy and Tammy and Tommy and Tom Cruise and Oprah. I don't know. Our shields are definitely putting in a lot of work at this point. Cold Front Shrine, I think, gives us a frost spell. Yeah. Ooh, a giant elite. Evolved Hailstorm. Ooh, Shatter on Death. So I wonder if that works in conjunction with the exploding aura we took. Well, we'll try it either way. And even this giant enemy, who I believe one of their, stat buffs is extra HP and damage, is still getting absolutely shredded. And all that hail... Oh, as I run my mouth, I get slapped around. Even all that, with all that buffs, these hailstorms are freezing him quite well. And our damage output is doing great. 20% freeze chance, and it pierces twice more. Alright, Aura Evolution. Spells have a 10% chance to deal triple damage, plus 2% for each level of this aura. Critical multiplier, plus 30%. I'm going to grab that because I believe auras and spells you already have are weighted to appear more often, so it's less likely that I am going to get new ones, such as Critical Multiplier, so we'll have a better chance of seeing Galaxy Brain Evolution again, as opposed to Lethality. I believe. And with pretty much every other hit being a crit at this point, adding an additional 30% damage to crit, will take us up to 2.46 times damage. So our crits, which I believe are the yellow numbers, are hitting for, that's 700 damage right there. That's a lot. An additional 20% cast speed, or an evolved energy cleave. When an elite demon dies, all non-elite demons have... Okay. We are going to evolve that, because killing an elite has a chance to clear out the trash mobs, which not quite as useful right now, but in the endless mode, shit gets real hectic, so I feel like that'll help us out quite a bit, because at that point, even the trash mobs are very tanky. So we're going to see here in a second, hopefully about a quarter of the enemies die. I didn't notice, but I'm going to pretend that that's what happened. More damage on freezing rain and projectiles. Extra chaining. Another... Ooh. I feel like the lethality is going to help more at this point, and that brings us up to 2 3/4 times damage on crit. We're already hitting so often. Oh, what the hell just hit me? I don't know, but we'll be fine. That -1 armor is not helping us out a ton, but it is what it is. If we can avoid getting hit by dealing so much damage, then it doesn't really matter. More chance to dodge. Where is that? So we have no chance to dodge right now, plus 7% movement speed. Yeah, we'll take that. movement speed is something that's going to help us to dip, dive, duck, and dodge our way through these mobs. As you can see, they're definitely starting to pile up a little bit more. These golems in particular seem to be really tanky. These elites are just getting slapped back by our shield consistently, so that knockback buff is paying dividends right now. Whoa. I guess we got a magnet or something. Projectile speed and range. No, we're going to go with the chance to dodge and more movement speed again. Alright. And more buffs and levels for our spells there. And now we have 2 guns on each shield, which is awesome. Because, you know, gun shield. Do I really want to take another -1 armor? No, I don't think that's a good idea at this point. Timmy and Tommy, there we go. Pam and Tommy shields. So we got 5 minutes left until we get to like the final section. I don't foresee us having a problem dealing with that at this point, and then we get to go into endless mode. And there's a couple of different options that I'll talk about when we get to that point. A critical shrine. Oh, I didn't even see that elite. That's not really on the game. That's just me not paying attention. Another 15% on that. You know what? We're really leaning into crits at this point, so we're gonna take that. And I'm seeing a lot of yellow numbers on the screen at this point, which is gonna be our critical hits. And I need to hydrate again. Alright, level 10 on the Spectre shot. And I believe the abilities cap out at level 10 if I'm not mistaken. So after you get all that to max level, you just start getting auras for all of these. Kind of like that. But more cast speed. Because more cast speed, 20% cast speed is 20% more DPS. I don't know if it necessarily affects the shields, but you can see our ghost bullets and our hailstorm are just damn near constant at this point. Experience Shrine, I believe, gives you a buff to the experience you pick up, not flat experience. Base cooldown of all spells, -13. Okay. Oh, we got an achievement for that. Regen Breaker. So it looks like this one might have 2 affixes, or that might just be an affix I haven't seen before. Not really sure. Either way, we didn't get to find out because he is dead. Another level on Nova Cleave there. %10 chance to deal triple. Yeah, we're gonna take that. Barrage Shrine, I think, makes you fire more projectiles. Yep. So we are just shredding face right now. And we've gotten to the point in the run where I can just start talking about weird shit, I feel like. So, yeah, man. Just woke up, made some coffee. Probably why I'm dehydrated. Decided to start recording this for y'all. I've really been enjoying the kind of new style of content a lot more. Like I had said a couple of videos ago, I believe it allows me to be a lot more myself and less disingenuous. Nice, 2 more levels on that. And it's just, it feels more natural to just talk and be weird. Criticals instantly execute demons. I have no idea what that means. Let's say 7%. What? Okay. I don't think that that's a bad idea of instantly executing enemies. I just didn't really understand the math, if I'm being honest. I have no... Oh, yeah, coffee. God, I love coffee. It is my lifeblood. You know, they talk about, like, BAC for alcohol, right? And I don't drink, so, you know, whatever. But I feel like they need a BAC for coffee because mine would be just through the roof. That's probably why I have high blood pressure and anxiety. Maybe I should stop drinking coffee. I couldn't even say that with a straight face. I would cease to function. We're gonna take Evolved Overcast Sigil. For every 100% critical chance you have. Okay. So we can start leaning into critical chance, and that'll give us more lightning runes. The one thing about coffee, though, like I love coffee. I would say more than life itself. I cannot drink it black. Like I'm not one of those guys that needs you know, venti soy milk with fucking unpasteurized cow milk and whatever, 18.5 sugar packets. But I need a little something. I need some creamer in there, and that's historically it. I don't put a bunch of sugar in there or anything. I just make a cup of my Keurig, dump some creamer in there, and call it a day, and it goes down smooth like butter. We are actually going to take buff duration of plus 20%, because those shrines do start appearing fairly often in one of the endless modes, and I feel like 20% longer on these, you know, some of these fairly substantial buffs is going to help us out a lot. I need some coffee. Hold up. Like, I don't know if it's possible to be physically addicted to coffee. I'm assuming that A, it is, and B, that I am. Which, you know, it's not meth, right? So that's good. I did try and quit caffeine a few years ago. I was like, man, you know, I feel like this might help with my my anxiety and, you know, my insomnia a little bit. And dear God, I was such an asshole for like, I tried quitting for like 2 days, and I was just an absolute dick to everyone. Constant pounding headache, and still couldn't sleep. So I don't know, man. Yeah, I guess, you know, when I say it out loud, I am probably physically addicted to coffee. Which, you know, oh well, right? We're going to take another 13% critical chance. Starfire Shrine will give us an ability, the explosion spell. Dream of fortification. I'm gonna be real with y'all. I think the Red Hot Chili Peppers are a really overrated band. That's a very unpopular opinion. Like, I don't mind their music, right? But I don't know, man. Like, I feel like they have 3 songs. Oh, hey, here's the endgame mode. I didn't even realize that we had gotten here. The Butcher approaches, something. So the time challenge is, I haven't done that yet because, you know, endless. Come on. Periodically summon extra cosmic shrines to increase your power, or periodically summon difficult elite demons to earn greater rewards. We did take that ability for the divine, or for the shrines, so I think Divine Blessing is going to be the way to do it at this point. Holy shit. We just got like 7 shrines and got them all at once. That was real weird. More dodge and more movement speed. And so you can see up top there, once you hit that zero on the countdown, it actually switches over to a different color and starts counting upward, and that's, I think, a really cool way of keeping track of Endless and, you know, taking a look at where you're at in regards to some of your best runs. I don't remember where some of my best runs have been, but they have gone longer than a minute and 5 into Endless, so we're on our way. And we just, dear God, tore through that elite. And I'm not really paying attention to what I'm doing at this point. I'm just kind of running around and assuming things are going to die horrendously. Now, once you get to this point in the game, the levels really do kind of start slowing down, I've noticed. Which I think is pretty typical. I mean, we're at level 44. I feel like most games... Oh, what's hitting me? I feel like most games in this particular subgenre have that kind of issue as well. Critical chance is multiplied by... Oh, shit. So we just gotta not get hit. I suppose that's, you know, the point of this game, but the longer we don't get hit, the more damage we'll be doing. And that stacks really well with that buff on the Overcast or Hailstorm. I don't remember which one it was, but that will help us to get an extra projectile and more damage with the higher our critical chances. Another Barrage Shrine. Alright, and that's going to be level 10 on this ability, and all our abilities do cap out at level 10. You can see I got an achievement there. I hadn't really messed around with that one before, but I am loving that ability. The freezing effect is really, really, I think, useful. 2 more shrines. And we shouldn't be too far away from another Smuggler Shrine here. Which Smuggler Shrine generally, those buffs have like upsides and downsides. When you dodge, gain 13% movement speed and cast speed. Well, that would rely on us getting hit. So we're going to go with another 20% buff duration. Oh, I wasn't even paying attention. Just dancing around, and all of a sudden there's an elite there. So, as you can see there, we grabbed the chest. We didn't get a level up to any of our abilities because they are all max level. The chests only upgrade spells, but we did still get an Astral Flower, which is nice. Generate 20% HP over 3 seconds when you complete a shrine. Okay, that pairs really nicely with the path that we've chosen. I mean, we don't experience too much damage at this point, but once we get a little further on, that'll definitely help us out. You know, I'm still tripping on that mac and cheese thing I was talking about in the last video. Like, is my family weird for having mac and cheese at Thanksgiving? I don't know. I don't know, but it keeps me up at night. Just like coffee. Coffee. Hold up. Alright, 13% movement speed, 7% cast speed. I'm not too concerned about the movement speed at this point, if I'm being honest. But the cast speed will definitely help, because more cast speed is more DPS. The move speed is always nice, though, but certainly not a necessity with the way that we've built this character at this point. And gotta try and stand in all the circles at once. Ah, there goes our crit chance, unfortunately. We did get hit. And we're going to take the next level of that explosion buff as well. So, once we complete this shrine, we will get all of our health back instantaneously. We might have it back beforehand, but boom, there, full health again. So that was certainly a good investment with our skill level ups. Plus 4% chance to freeze on hit. 8% damage reduction. Or additional piercing. No, I mean most of our abilities pierce so much already, so that wouldn't be worth the trade-off. I mean, Ghost Bullet pierces infinitely. Yeah, 4% chance to freeze on hit. Why not? We have a lot of rapid fire abilities, like Ghost Bullet and the Hailstorm. I think that we hit often enough that would be a really wealthy. Oh, so we must just drop more experience. I think that freeze is a good investment with the fact that we have sort of a rapid fire build going on. Other than the shields. Projectile speed and range, 20%. Or Trailblazer. Yeah, we'll try Trailblazer. I like the idea of leaving puddles of fire beneath us. Lifesteal Shrine and a Haze Shrine right on top of each other. Well, these enemies are definitely getting a little tankier. These culty, ghosty boys. Hey, a Smuggler Shrine. So those are the game changer abilities in my experience. The Smuggler has appeared, so we don't want to replace any of our abilities at this point. Healing Shrines are re-rolled into another type, plus 30% buff duration. So with the fact that we heal from completing any shrine, that is an excellent choice. I mean, I don't see healing shrines too terribly often, but the 30% buff duration is gonna be huge. More movement speed, more cast speed. How many? Let's see. We're at 21 Astral Flowers so far this run, which is a nice amount. Definitely will be able to invest into some meta progression after this. Giant and Deadly. Well, I'm assuming that they're giant because they're very big. And look at that, our shields are just keeping them at bay. You know what? 4% chance to freeze on hit again. And with killing these two abilities, that means that 50% of the enemies on the screen, or excuse me, when killing these two elites, that means that 50% of the enemies on screen will die. Another 4% chance to freeze. I want to see if there is... Yeah, okay, so there is... this is one of my biggest gripes with games of this particular subgenre, is that sometimes you don't have this available. I think the way that they do it is very nice. You can just kind of scroll down and see what you have going on. So kudos to the developer for that. And now our shrines are in like the triple-digit kills that you need to get the buff, but we're not having any difficulty hitting that number at this point. We have managed to stay ahead of the math curve, which or the scaling curve, I guess. Because while we certainly keep gaining power and damage and health, the enemies are doing exactly the same, and there's a lot more of them than us. But we are certainly, at this point, in a place where we're keeping ahead of that place where we fall off. You know what? We're gonna grab this just because it's an evolution, and yeah, I got the achievement for it. Which, oh shit. Yeah, there's a. All right, the elites are putting in the work right now. Definitely having a little bit harder time taking care of them. Knockback plus 13%. That'll be huge with our shields. Kind of help keep everyone outside of our immediate perimeter. Another smuggler's shrine. Cool. Minus 13% critical chance. No, not on the... If it was just a critical chance, I would have taken it. Spells gain base damage based on knockback. Ooh. You know what? We are going to re-roll that. Just because knockback pulling enemies towards us is... But where's our knockback at? 58%, so 58% more damage. But I feel like the knockback is really kind of what's helping to keep us alive. Overclock max level +2. I don't know what that means, but we'll try that. Maybe that's max level of the spells? I don't know if there's a max level for your character. Alright, we've certainly hit the point in the run where we're starting to struggle a little bit now. Certainly could have something to do with the just mountains of elites there. Frozen Demon Shatter on death. More on death procs, which is excellent. Oh, we are at the edge of the map there. And these elites are certainly giving us a little more trouble than I would care for. Luckily, if we can keep them bunched up, the trash mobs aren't too much to deal with. We're gonna take flat damage reduction, 8% less damage, because we're getting to the point where we are probably gonna start taking damage here. Turbo Shrine. Ooh, a Shrine Summoner elite. Oh, a lot of shrines going on right now. Mm, 15% experience gain. We're actually going to take Mending. So yeah, that taking that knockback, I'm not sure how that would have worked mechanically, but I feel like that would have been a really, really poor decision. As you can see, everything's kind of staying in a circle away from us at this point. And look at all those buffs on top of our character. Yep, and they're all, well, not, yep, they're expiring, but they were there for quite a while. We've invested a lot of our level up points into buffs lasting longer, which combined with this endless mode where shrines spawn continuously, I think it's a really, really solid choice. All right. More projectile speed and range? Sure. Oh, that looks like that affects our shields as well, so they start spinning faster, which is cool. Oh. Horde Summoner. Time for more coffee. More knockback, more HP. Like I said, knockback is kind of the bread and butter of what's keeping the elites away from our chewing on our faces at the moment. And look at that number on the shrine, just destroying trash mobs like nobody's business right now. Always a good feeling. Alright, I am fairly comfortable saying this is the best run I've had at this point. I'm not too sure. I believe there's a scoring system, so it'll definitely be able to tell me when we eventually, inevitably succumb to the overwhelming math. Summoned additional shrines. Alright, I would love to get away from the edge of the map. So... Oh. Alright, another Explode on Death buff. Perfect. That movement speed helped us to get a fair ways away from the edge of the map before that next shrine spawned. Well, I'm like kind of far away from the microphone. Let's get right up in there in personal, toe beams. Another chain shrine. Man, this build feels really good. A lot of like AoE, and then those shields. And I believe there's another set of shields that the Smuggler offers as well that operate in tandem with these. So you can actually have, I believe, 4 shields spinning around you. I don't remember if the other ones get guns or not, but I really like the idea of that, of just an impenetrable wall of shield doom circling around me. Well, you know what? With all the regen, might as well take that. The additional crit chance is always nice. We are up to 25 Astral Flowers, which is awesome. Oh, I was like, what the hell's that? I forgot we took that fire on the ground aura. Oh, shit. Alright, maybe the less armor was a bad idea, now that I think about it. Again, towards the edge of the map, gonna try and pivot / rotate down to the center here. Ooh, 3 shrines right on top of each other. Explosion damage multiplier plus 13% for each level of this aura. And we're gonna take that. If nothing else, that gives me an achievement I don't have. Wow, I have not gotten many evolutions, I guess, huh? But that way, the enemies, when they explode on death, will start doing more and more and more damage. Alright, a hasted enemy, and those I feel are some of the hardest ones to deal with. Yep. Because they're often able to dodge through the wall of shields that we have set up. The projectile speed is helping, but another 13% knockback, yeah. Shit. Run away. Oh god, that's a lot of hasted minions. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Alright, yeah, we're at the point where the run might be over. Yep. Oh. Oof. Toe beans. A magnificent victory indeed. That was yeah, that was fun. Sorry, my my pulse is pounding there. That was a really fun time, you know. I think that's yep, there you go. Again, gesturing at the screen like y'all can see me. Total score 196,680. I believe that's my best by a large margin. So that is Spellbook Demonslayers, another Vampire Survivors roguelike. Thank you again for taking the time out of your day to watch these videos. I really appreciate it, and all the interacting that y'all do with the channel. So please remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment letting me know what you thought. And I hope y'all know that y'all are real heckin' handsome. And I hope you toe beans have a beautiful night. And I love you. Bye. Mwah. Remember, toe beans, like, comment, subscribe, or else I'll cry myself to sleep tonight.